Welcome to Finder Tech Lab. This is a free course. Per the YouTube algorithm, please comment, like, share, and subscribe the channel in helping to create more videos. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the training. Let's dive into the lesson. Introduction to Windows. Introduction to Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows is one of the operating systems that is mostly used in our industries. When it comes to our educational sectors also, we use it a lot. Our workplaces also, we use it. So it will be good for us to know how this operating system functions and how to use it. So when it comes to Microsoft Windows, Windows is the rectangular portion of your screen that displays an open program's content. Examples are Windows 95, 98, 2000, Millennium, XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows 11. All these are operating system, Windows operating system. So when I talk about the Windows operating system, it's an operating system that controls all the part of your computer. It is a graphical user interface. Right? It displays graphical objects called icons, which represent the programs you use. It has a colorful screen that depicts the graphic aspect of it. It gets its name from the regular boxes called windows that are used to display information and other programs. That is the explanation of what Windows. Now we have some common syntaxes, and there are some terms that you will come and meet in the aspect of using Windows. Now, these are common languages that you will meet in the course of your work. Something like file. File is the collection of data or information that has been saved and given a name. When you save, you create a document and you save it and give a name to it, it becomes what? A file. Now we have Wizard. Wizard is a tool that walks you through the steps of a complete task. When you want to do something and you don't have much idea about it, with the help of the wizard, it will guide you to go through that step easy. Then we have what we call data. Data is a raw material for processing. Anytime that you want to design or work on anything, you have to get it in the form of data first. For example, is when you press the keys on the keyboard, it goes through a process to change it. That's where it changed from a raw material aspect to the process aspect. The term Windows as regular. Windows is the rectangular portion of your screen that displays a file or open program's content. So as you open a particular application, it will display it in the form or rectangular shape for you. That's what they call a Windows. The folder. Folder is an electronic compartment or case inside which files and other items are kept. When I'm talking about folders, they are objects that we keep things into folders. So we take note of that. It can keep folders, we can keep other file and other items into a folder. Now the title bar. When you talk about title bar is a bar that displays the name of a program files as the command being what used. So anytime that you open a program, on the top of it, it will display the current program that you are using. That is the work of the title bar. Then the briefcase is a folder that helps to keep your file updates when you use two computers. Especially, it's similar to how folders work. Then backup. Backup is the art of copying of a file or flopping for safekeeping. So either you copy a file and keeping it into a floppy disk or another location, so that when the main document got damaged, you still have the original work somewhere else. That is the work of what? The backup. The desktop. The desktop is the name given to the workspace of the computer screen. So we normally say computer screen, but the right term for it is what we call desktop. Wherever you are seeing the screen itself is what we call the desktop. So take note of that. Now font. Font is a set of characters in a particular style of typeface. When I talk about characters, characters can be letters, numbers, that we type. So they are what we call the fonts. So you take note of that. When working on numbers, it's a font. When working on characters, it's a font. DOS is the master program that coordinates the activities of all the components of a computer. Initially, DOS was the operating system or the program that is being used before Windows. But now DOS is no more being used unless maybe you want to do any command, you want to issue some command using the system. That is where you go by the DOS aspect to do some changes within the command prompt. Now, document is any text or graphic material. When I talk about document, any text, shapes, whatever thing that you put together, it becomes what? A document. Then we have multimedia. Multimedia is the combination of audio, text, video, and images into an interactive computer environment. So when you put all these things together, audio and those things, it becomes a multimedia work. Then icon. Icons are buttons or pictures that represent disk drive, file, folders, and other items. So example like icons, programs, and all those things, they have a pictures, and the pictures of them becomes what the icon that represents those programs. IBeam is used to modify text, edit, and to position the cursor in the text box. Now, anytime that you want to move your mouse pointer, you use the IBeam to position our text wherever you want to type or wherever you want the information to be. That is the work of the IBeam. Exit. Exit is used to get out of the whole edit program. When you are working with, especially dealing with games, the screen is full or your desktop, you can't see where the close is. The exit tool is used to get out of that edit program or whole program. The menu is a list of commands that are called upon to affect a particular work. When I talk about the menu is an instructions which is having another sub command under it. You will go through that process to perform or to execute a particular command to take an effect on an object. Now we have what we call the taskbar. Taskbar is a bar on the desktop on which every open program is shown. It contains the start button, toolbars, the clock, and other functions such as running programs. The status bar is a bar that displays information about the active document. It locates at the bottom, so the status bar also is a bar that displays give information about the program that you've opened or the document you've opened. The rule bar is a bar used for document formatting and also for page setup. Whenever you want to type a document or you want to set a document, it's the rule bar that guides you where you are to start and where you are to end, and that is the work of the rule bar. We also have the toolbar. They are bar that contain a set of commands under the menu bar, which is used as a place of the menu to simplify the work. So instead of you going to the menu to click on all the process before executing a command, the toolbar is having shortcut tools on it that as soon as you click, it will just execute the command for you. So that is the work of the toolbar. Recycle bin. Recycle bin is where deleted files or folders in Windows except movable disks are stored. Each icon is found on the desktop. It takes 10% of the hard disk space. So what do we mean? When I talk about a recycle bin, it's whenever you deleted any unwanted file or folders, it goes. But when the size of that file that you delete is bigger than the 10% of the hard disk space, it won't go into the recycle bin, it will just wipe off from the system. Especially when the hard disk is 10 gig, that means 1 gig is for the recycle bin. And any deleted file that you delete from pen drive, external drive, those one doesn't go straight to the recycle bin. It is only informations or that are on the system itself, not removable or external drive. So take note. When they are talking about that, VirtualBox is a window that is used by the computer to communicate with the end user by a way of providing and requiring information from the user to complete a particular task. Now, default is a predefined settings or a command that has been selected in the course of its installation or designing by the manufacturer. Example, the left button select mouse. So anytime that we are talking about a default is the predefined. It's something how the manufacturer has made the system of that particular program. The way you reset it up to how it was before you worked on, that is what is called the default. So mostly the manufacturer will design the thing up to a particular way. When you reset it, it goes back to how the manufacturer did it, and that is what we call a default. Then privacy is the right of an individual to control the use of information about him or her. You have to know how to control, how to manage your personal information, how to keep information safe. So that is the privacy, that it will not get into the third party's hand. Now, save is used when modifying or adding something to an already existing file. So when you create a program and realize that there are some changes that you need to do, after doing the changes, we use the save to apply those changes. And the save as is used to save a fresh file or already existing work as something. So when you create a new work, you use the save as command to save the work. Or when you already have an existing work and realize you want to change the name of it, we can use the save as, then we give the new name to it. Delete is a command used to erase unwanted information, especially like file, folders, etc. When you want to delete file folder, we use the delete key. When you delete it, send them to the recycle bin or wipe them from the system. Also, when we are deleting like letters, it helps you to delete characters that are at the right side of what your cursor. Now, copy is used to duplicate the content of an object or document to different locations. The original work will still be there, then you have the same work at another location. That is the work of what? The copy. Then cut is a command that is used to move an object or document from its original location or place to another. So the work of the cut, where let's assume you are copying something or you are cutting from my document. When it cuts from my document, it will no more be there, and where you are going to paste it, that is where it will now be positioned. So that is the work of the cut. The differences between the copy, duplicate, leave the original, and paste the new one at different location. But when you come to the cut take it from its source where it was and place it at a new place. And the paste is a command used to replace a copied or cut object. That is the command that helps you to be able to place the thing that you copy or you cut. Rename is a command that is used to change an existing name of a file or folder to the name that will suit the object. When you copy a work from somewhere and to your machine or your system, maybe that work, the name that is on it doesn't match what you want to do with it, you can use the rename command to change it to the specific thing you want the file to become. Cursor, it tells you that Windows is ready to accept any text or where to begin from. So cursor, you see it moving up and down when you click that location, meaning it is ready to accept what you want to type. That's the work of the cursor. And the disk is a circular platter usually coated with magnetic material, especially our hard drive is in the form of a magnetic material which is used for storing. So that is what we call a disk. Then source disk is a disk from which files or directories is to be copied or moved. So the source where you are taking the information from becomes the source. Destination is the disk to which file or directories can be pasted. Where you are sending those informations to paste is where we call the destination. It is also the same as similar to the target. Target is a disk to which file directories are to be what paste. What you are sending it is what we call the target disk. Arrow. Arrow is used to choose main items, make selections from dialog boxes, or move right. So when you're talking about arrow, it depends what you are doing. When you go to the menu, you will see the pointer will change to what? The arrow. And the arrow is what you use to select those objects or selections from the dialog box. Hand help in Windows. Hand in the help of Windows. The hand is used to select topics, jump terms, and definition. So when you want to select any information, sometimes you get to a dialog box, the pointer will change to a hand, and that is what is used to select those topics and the jump terms. When you are talking about emphasize, that is to make a text or word more noticeable. You make it attractive, or you make it to appear well so that the user or the one reading will see it clear. That is the work of the emphasize. Data security is defined as the protection of data from accidental and the protection of information system from degradation or non-viability of service. So that is the work of it, how you protect those data so that it will not be degraded or will not be through any other services. Let's dive into the practicals.